Good afternoon and welcome to today's live coverage of the Isuzu FA Trophy, live from the Marine Travel Arena as Marine take on Scarborough Athletic. A break from league action today where Marine have been in fine form, winning 6 of the last 10, including a 5-0 demolition of Liversedge last Saturday. But today's opposition are of a definite step up, however, as last season's Northern Premier League playoff winners currently sit third in the Vanarama National League North. So commentating for you today is me, Luke Feather, and I'm joined by Tom Wardle. Thanks for joining me, Tom. Just more of the same today for Marine?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a completely different game, though, from what we saw last Saturday. Scarborough near the top end of the league above. It's not going to be an easy test, but I think Marine, if they play similarly in that second half against Liversedge last Saturday, they've got every chance of making it into the next round.
So as we approach kick-off, I'll just run through today's lineup, starting with Marine. So in goal, it's number 1, Bailey Passant. Number 2, Luke Clark. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, Jordan Lussey. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Johnny Spittle. Number 7, Lucas Weir. Number 8, Charlie Doyle. Number 9, Jack Dunn. Number 10, Sol Solomon. And number 11, James Barrigan. On the bench for Marine today, it's number 12, Callum Harris. Number 13, Germano Mendez. Number 14, Connor Evans. Number 15, Hayden Campbell. And number 16, Mo Torre. And for Scarborough today, it's number 1, Joe Cracknell. Number 2, Kieran Welledge. Number 3, Ashley Jackson. Number 6, Bailey Gooder. Number 8, the captain, Ryan Watson. Number 10, Kieran Glynn. Number 11, Luca Colville. Number 14, Brad Plant. Number 15, Kieran Burton. Number 18, Simon Heslip. And number 20, Daniel Bramall. And on the bench, it's number 4, Lewis Maloney. Number 5, Will Thornton. Number 7, their top goal scorer, Michael Coulson. Number 13, Matthew Bancroft. Number 17, Dom Tier. And number 33, Kieran McGuckin. So 2 changes for Marine today. So Luke Clark and Charlie Doyle return to the starting lineup in place of Josh Solomon Davis and Andy Scaresbrick. Solomon Davis, we believe, is out injured for this afternoon. Andy Scaresbrick is, of course, cup-tied due to his involvement with Warrington Rylands this season. So with that lineup there, Tom, how do you expect Marine to line up?
Yeah, I'm imagining it'll be a similar 4-3-3. I think Lucas Weir possibly step up into that left wing position. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a loss. Solomon Davis had a great game last Saturday. He's out today. You mentioned Scaresbrick. He's only just shined. I think he might be cup tied today. That's why he's out the starting 11. But you know, it gives other players a chance to come in and show the manager what they can bring to the side.
There's a lot more reliance on the front 2 today, Jack Dunn and Sol Solomon. Of course, following the news, but Keelan Adams has left the club. Mo Torre still working his way back up to fitness. Sol Solomon, of course, one of the goal scorers last Saturday. Dunn just for 2 goals for him this season. Sol Solomon looking to add to his 4. As the players make their way out onto the pitch, the Marine players in their usual strip of white shirts, black socks and black shorts. Scarborough in all red. Scarborough Athletic managed by Jonathan Greening, former Manchester United and West Bromwich Albion player. Currently 3rd in the National League North after winning the playoffs last season. Defeated Matlock Town and Warrington Town on their way to promotion. Now are in good form as well. 12 points from their last 6 games, unbeaten in 6. But they are without their top goal scorer, Michael Coulson. It's believed that he underwent a fitness test before the match today, deemed only fit enough to make the bench. Was completely uninvolved in their last match. So Charlie Doyle back in the midfield today. Tom, after suspension, how important is it to have someone like him back in the midfield?
Yeah, I think he's been a great shout for player of the season so far for Marine. Fortunately for us, we didn't miss him too much last Saturday as the rest of the players took control, but I think it's a great addition in a big game like this to have him back in the middle of the park, and we'll see how he gets on this afternoon.
Looks like it's going to be Scarborough to get us underway. Marine attacking the College Road end in this first half. Scarborough attacking the Crescendo Way end. It's going to be Simon Heslop to get us underway. After the kick-off whistle from Sean Taylor, the man in the middle today, assisted by Jonathan Wyatt and Mark Hansen. And we're underway. Heslop lays it off to Glynn, who tries to run with it straight away and gets fouled within the first 5 seconds of the match. Combination of Charlie Doyle and Jack Dunn in there, try and get the game back underway quickly, but referee Sean Taylor not happy with the pace of proceedings. Heslop now can get us back underway, spreads it wide to Ashley Jackson, the left back for Scarborough, and now Bramall attacks down the left. He can get a ball into the box. It's a good one, and it's a free header really for Brad Plant. Lands on the crossbar, but early warning there for Marine, Tom.
Yeah, Scarborough showing good movement on the ball there and got into a good area there forward. Just maybe just a little bit too high with the cross, but certainly Marine will have to be a little solid at the back. Keep a clean sheet this afternoon.
8 clean sheets for Marine this season. They've all come in the league. Another one last Saturday in that 5-0 win over Liversedge. The most goals that Marine have scored in a match this season. As Weir has it out wide now. It's a fantastic through ball to Sol Solomon. He latches on to the end of it. Into the box now. Good defending from Burton. Burton did well to stand Solomon up there and wins his side a free kick inside the penalty area. Fantastic ball through from Weir there though, Tom.
Yeah, that's what you can bring in, that Lucas Weir, that cutting ball through. Just Solomon couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet in a tight angle, and it's good signs for Marine if they're going to break down this Scarborough back line.
It looks like Marine are lining up with a 4-4-2 formation. James Barrigan has started furthest to the right of those midfielders. Of course, we've got 4 players who really all want to play in the centre. Good challenge in there from Barrigan, but I think he's just going to lose possession there to Glynn. Tries to play it down the line, wins his side a throw-in to be taken by Ashley Jackson. It's a long throw from Jackson, trying to launch his team forward, cleared away by Wardle to Solomon, but he can't quite take it under control. Cleaned up by Kieran Burton, plays it back to his goalkeeper, Cracknell. A long left-footed swoop forward from the keeper. Lucy in there to try and clear the danger for Marine, but Scarborough come again. Watson tries to play it down the line, wins his side a throw-in about 10 yards inside the Marine half. Down the right-hand side for the Sea Dogs. I think that looked like it came off a hand of Weir, but we played on. Not sure there was much you could do about that. Wins his side a throw-in.
Yeah, he's a very versatile player, isn't James Barrigan, but can't remember seeing him in a right midfield position role before.
Got his first couple of goals for Marine since rejoining on loan, both from the penalty spot last Saturday. He joins Jake Burton and Jack Dunn on 2 goals for Marine this season. As Brad Plant looks to charge forward, tricky feet, but eventually gets crowded out by a combination of the Marine midfield and defence. Here's Wardle now, back to his goalkeeper Bailey Passon. Takes a touch and switches it to Wardle's centre-back partner Johnny Spittle. Scored his first goal for the club last Saturday as he plays a long ball over the top looking for Dunn. Dunn's done well to keep the ball. He's into the penalty area now, tries to launch it across the box. Solomon just couldn't quite get it out of his feet. It's a chance there for Marine.
Yeah, he does really well done in Jack Dunn, just shrugs off the challenge that side, and maybe the passing to Solomon's a little bit heavy, but 2 forwards linking up well there, and hopefully see a bit more of that later on.
A tenacious attack in there from Jack Dunn. He always looks second favourite to the ball, but good show of strength from Dunn. Allowed him to wriggle away from Kieran Burton. Long goal kick played forward by Cracknell. It's won by Luke Clark, playing at right back today. Burton It's a little bit short with the back pass to Cracknell, but he manages to get in there and clear. Lucy tries to put the challenge in midfield, but misses out to Glynn. Here's Glynn on the ball again now. Back to Weleji. Weleji at right back for Borough. Tries to play a dink over the top towards Plant. But the assistant referee's flag is up. Plant is offside. So Marine free kick to be taken by Passon in a left back position.
Will be interesting to see what style Mariners go for. Not much height on the top end of the pitch, so there's a long ball.
Passon tries the long ball over the top towards Weir, but a little bit too much on that one, and it runs out for a throw-in. Ryan Watson's the man with the ball in hand. Looks like referee's just not happy with Kieran Weleji was going to take a throw-in, so he's just urging him a few yards further back. Throw down the line, headed on by Heslip, and then Watson. And out of play from Plant. It's going to be a Marine throw-in to be taken by Sean Smith, just in front of Neil Young and co on the Marine bench. Here is Bailey Passon. He's got a little bit of time, so he urges his side forward. And eventually does play the long ball, searching for Jack Dunn. Burton up ahead of Dunn. Here's Barragan now, charging infield and spreads the play out wide to Sean Smith, who looks to dink it over the top for Weir if he can keep it in. Good strength from Weleji. And it'll be a goal kick.
He's made some nice movement as Lucas Weir in the early stages. A bit more further left than he has been in recent weeks, but certainly improved, especially in the last game.
Yeah, his performances have picked up in recent weeks. Lucas Weir been one of the main fixtures in the starting lineup. As Cracknell gets us back underway with a very long goal kick over towards Scarborough left, eventually dealt with by Josh Wardle and out for a throw-in. It looks like we're going to have another long throw from Ashley Jackson. It's a good 40 yards away from the penalty area, but his teammates have flooded the box. He does launch it in towards the box. It's headed away by Charlie Doyle. Picked up again by Watson, the captain. Spreads it out wide. Gets Bramall out there. Not the best challenge from Barragan, but he gets away with it. And now Marine could counter-attack here through Solomon. Good defending in there from Glynn. Burton under a bit of pressure from Solomon. Eventually sweeps up, plays it back to his goalkeeper Cracknell. Makes a bit of a mess of a clearance, and it's out for a throw. So throwing about 20 yards inside the Scarborough half to be taken by Luke Clark. Marine do have a couple of long throw specialists in the lineup today, Jack Dunn and Jordan Lussey. As Barragan eventually puts the ball into touch, and throw in this time on the way of Scarborough. Launched down the line by Jackson, but then out of play from Johnny Spittle. And again from Jackson, and again from Spittle. And now Weir looks to pick it up, can't quite get there, and Bramall switches play to the right-hand side where Watson can wait for it and tries a long diagonal. It's dealt with very calmly by Luke Clark as he chests back to the goalkeeper. That's a round of applause for his efforts.
Certainly been a physical opening 10 minutes. I think both teams are settling the nerves, and hopefully see some more goal mouth action in the next few minutes or so.
The tone was set within the first 5 seconds of the match when Glynn tried to charge forward and was taken down by a combination of two Marine players as Lussey picks it up now. Clark all the way back to Johnny Spittle under a little bit of pressure from Colville. So he opts to play it back to his goalkeeper Passon. Decent clearance on his weaker left foot. And Weir's absolutely taken out in the middle of the pitch by Heslip. And he does win his side a free kick. Heslip in a little bit of disbelief, but To me, it looks like he's absolutely cleaned Weir out there in the centre of the pitch.
Yeah, he's just a little bit late there, Heslop. Eyes are firmly on the ball, but Weir just got the touch in before him.
If you're just joining us, 10 minutes played here at the MTA. Still goalless between Marine and Scarborough Athletic. There's a long ball forward, only half cleared by Jackson. It falls to, I think it's Charlie Doyle on the half volley on the edge of the box. Would have been an absolutely fantastic strike if he'd have kept it down, but it's a good 20 yards over the crossbar in the end. High, wide, and not very handsome. We do seem to be winning a lot of these second balls though, Marine. When the ball's dropping in loose areas, they're usually first to it. He's open in 10 minutes. Another example there. Doyle latches onto the clearance, but now Colville can look to play one forward for Scarborough. Inaccurate with this pass, and Bailey Passant can pick it up and roll it out to Josh Wardle, Marine captain. Tries a long ball forward, dealt with by Gooder. Picked up now by Solomon though, as he tries to dink it forward towards Dunn. He takes it down into the box, he strikes. Good save from Cracknell. Still alive here, but Glynn can clear. And here's Glynn again, out wide now with Watson. Closed down by Lucas Weir. And it'll be a throw in for Borough. Big chance for that though, Tom.
Yeah, it's brilliant initiative by Solomon to find the pass, and Dunn did really well, but good defending in the end, forced him wider than he would have hoped, and still got the shot off, and it was a good opportunity in the end.
Yeah, really neat play from Solomon just to scoop the ball over the top for Dunn. He did everything right, not much more Dunn could have done. Here's Clark in the centre of the pitch for Marine. Lussey takes a touch, then comes inside. Into Barragan now in the centre circle. Back to Clark, who plays it back to Spittle. A little bit of fizz on that pass, but Spittle now can look to play his signature ball forward down the right channel. And Dunn might have just played in Solomon. Good defending in there by Gooder. And he wins his side a corner, does Sol Solomon. Good chase in there. It came out of nothing, that one has done. Just about managed to head the ball back across the box. Solomon gave chase and in the end won his side a corner.
Yeah, they both started really brightly, haven't they? Both Jack Dunn and Sol Solomon. Solomon never giving up on that one, and he's done well to win his side a corner.
Which he will take. Wardle and Spittle made their way forward, both with a goal apiece this season. It's not the best ball in from Solomon. Shouts for handball. Has done smash the ball from close range. I think it was off Kieran Glynn. It would have been a bit harsh to give a penalty from that sort of distance. And honestly, I don't think it even hit his arm.
Yeah, I don't think the referee's ever going to give that one. Far too close to the defender there, but there's another opportunity for Solomon to put a better ball in this time.
Yes, another corner for Marine. Sean Smith has made a short option. He plays it short to him. Changes the angle, ball into the box. Charlie Doyle, a cross ball. And it's cleared away. Smith will look to fire it back into the centre. And just over the crossbar in the end. Goal kick is the decision for Joe Cracknell. It's a nice little play there from Marine. Solomon played the ball into the path of Smith, who put a delightful ball into the box. Headed on by Charlie Doyle, but cleared away by Bailey Gooder. So another goal kick as the Scarborough players congregate on their left flank. Another good long kick from Cracknell. Well, Edgy has to deal with it and hoofs it forward in the end. Colville can spread it wide now for Watson. Tries to return it to Colville, does the captain. But instead he's forced towards the corner flag, and Smith manages to dig it out, and Weir can clear up towards Dunn, but the free kick is given for a challenge on Solomon. Down in a deep left back position, so it's going to be a free kick for the Mariners.
Did well there though, defensively. Marine got a few bodies around Watson, who looked like he had a good crossing chance there, but well just to shepherd him away.
Bailey pass it now to get us back underway with this free kick. towards the left flank where Weir is the closest to it, but again, just a little bit too much on that, and over his head. Going to be a throw-in for Borough, to be taken by the right back Kieran Welleji. He's got 6 goals this season, Welleji, so he is a player that likes to get forward when he can. Ball in the centre of the pitch now with Barragan. Here is Welleji again. Out wide to Watson. Now Welleji can clear. It's picked up by Lucy up towards Dunn. Dunn is... It's a painful one for Dunn. He took a bit of a hard landing there. The ball with Cracknell now. Dunn back to his feet. It's good to see.
Yeah.
Already a fairly depleted matchday squad for Marine. You are allowed 7 subs in the FA Trophy. Just the 5 named for Marine, including backup goalkeeper Germano Mendes.
I think he's still feeling the effects of that one, Jack Dunn. Just making sure he's all right. Took a bit of a blow to the head there, but he's made a bright start. We don't want to lose him this early.
There's a chance to get the ball in the box now for Borough. Throw in for Ashley Jackson. We've already seen what he can do. Absolute monster of a throw in. Another one into the box, flicked on, I think, by Welleji. Ball's bouncing around on the edge of the box, and Welleji tries his luck. Miles over the bar in the end. That seems to be the main source of their attack, though, doesn't it, Tom? The long throw from Jackson.
Yeah, I think both sides have looked threatening from set pieces. The throws and Jackson, he's obviously got that one on lock, but it's just a half chance there for Welleji. I think Marina defended well since that early opportunity in the first 30 seconds or so.
Marine typically pretty good from set pieces. Scored a couple of corners last Saturday. Solomon and Spittle. Long ball forward from Passant up towards Dunn, but it's headed away by Gooder. Now Lucy can head on for Smith. Welleji can clear now. And Doyle looks to head it forward. The ball's not touched the floor in a while. Weir looks to take it down, but I think the last touch may have come off of Weir. It's going to be a throw-in for Scarborough Athletic. Throw quickly taken back to Bailey Gooder. He tries for long diagonal where Bramall's over on the left-hand side, but it's headed away by Clark. Burton looks to head it forward again for Scarborough, but now Jack Dunn can take it down, and he can charge forward under a little bit of pressure from Heslop. Good defending in there, and now here's Welleji, cleared away by Watson as Solomon came sliding in. Wardle and Passant between them, surely able to deal with this one. Long ball forward from the keeper up towards Dunn. Can't win the flick on, but it runs through to Solomon. It's cleared away by Gooder. A lot of defending so far for Bailey Gooder, but he's dealt with everything he's had to so far.
I think even though there's clear height advantage at the back for Scarborough, I think Jack Dunn's battled really well there. We saw again the physical battles, and I think hopefully one of them could fall to Solomon. It's a good chance for Marine.
I have to say, we're so used to every centre-back that we come up against being 6'3", 6'4", but I'm not saying these aren't tall, but they're not quite of the same stature. I think Solomon can stand nose to nose with them both. As Passant gets us back underway with this free kick, which is headed away once again by Gooder, and then further away by Heslop. Headed forward again by Spittle. And Dunn can pick it up on the edge of the box. He tries his luck. He just set it up for the volley. Tried his luck from 25 yards. It's a good stop in the end by Cracknell. Corner Marine.
Yeah, he's got that in the locker already, Jack Dunn. We see it week in, week out. It was a great strike on the volley, and I think Cracknell was a bit surprised himself. The pace of the shot.
So it's going to be another corner for Marine. Smith has made a short option, but that's been crowded out. In towards the centre, punched away by Cracknell. Dunn has gone down holding his knee. Really doesn't sound happy. In fact, this doesn't look good at all for Jack Dunn. He's gone down under the challenge of Joe Cracknell. The physio is on. And Dunn looks to be in some discomfort. not something you want to see this, Tom.
No, there's a hell of a lot of discomfort on Jack Dunn. It's a real shame. He's looked really bright in this open 20 minutes, and looks like it's going to be a bit of a delay here for his treatment.
Yeah, he looks to be in a lot of pain. A few shouts and groans while he's on the floor and head in his hands. Players from both sides checking on Jack Dunn. Kieran Glynn and Ryan Watson from the visitors. Johnny Spittle's come over to investigate. Now you just hope that this isn't as serious as it looks. Physio tending to the knee of Jack Dunn, which is always a worrying sign.
He's had a bit of a stop-start season, hasn't he, Jack Dunn? He's finally got a few games under his belt, a few 90 minutes, and it's like it might end very soon.
A reminder of the substitutes for Marine this afternoon: Callum Harris, Germano Mendes, Connor Evans, Hayden Campbell and Mo Torre. So there are attacking options on the bench should they be required. Mo Torre, Hayden Campbell still working their way back up to full fitness. Callum Harris as well is like Dunn, as you say, very stop-start season. Connor Evans grabbed his first goal for the club last Saturday, latching onto the end of a Solomon Davis cross. Score Marine's 5th. Some of the players on both sides taking this opportunity to have a word with the manager and pick up a few words of wisdom.
Yes, it's the luck we've got though, isn't it? For Neil Young, he's got a lot of very promising options on the bench. I just wonder which one he's going to use here. With Campbell and Toure and Harris not having 100% match fitness.
It looks like Campbell and Toure are both out warming up. They don't seem to be in any real intensity. Whether the decision has already been made and it will be Callum Harris or Connor Evans, I would guess Evans. The stretcher is out onto the pitch now, which again, not something you like to see. While we've got a break in play, I'll update you on a few scores in the Isuzu FA Trophy, the second round today. There's plenty of games on, so I'll just read the ones where there are goals. AFC Fylde 1, Colne 0. Blythe Spartans 0, Buxton 1. Braintree Town 1, Brackley Town 0. Chelmsford City 1, Redditch United 0. Concord Rangers 0, Harrow Borough 2. Ebbsfleet United 0, Eastbourne Borough 1. Kings Lynn Town 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0. Lewes 2, Bognor Regis Town 1. Peterborough Sports 0, Cheshunt 2. Spennymoor Town 1, Runcorn Linnets 1. St Albans City 1, Kidderminster Harriers 0. Swindon Supermarine 1, Dartford 0. Tonbridge Angels 0, Bracknell Town 1. Uxbridge 0, Dover Athletic 1. Welling United 1, Havant and Waterlooville 0. And Worthing 0, Weymouth 1. There are some games in the Northern Premier League today as well. The early kick-off has finished. Ashton United 3, Bamber Bridge 0. Keelan Adams, of course, involved in that one today. Belper Town, Atherton Collieries 0, Stalybridge Celtic 0. Belper Town 1, Whitby Town 0. FC United of Manchester 0, Gainsborough Trinity 1. Radcliffe 0, Nantwich Town 0. South Shields 0, Stafford Rangers 0, and Warrington Rylands versus Morpeth Town is also goalless. So a few officials from Marine on the pitch helping Jack Dunn onto the stretcher. A very sad sight, not something you like to see, especially a player that has had his fitness struggles and had a few knocks and niggles while he's been at the club.
Yeah, there's a brace there on his left knee. There looks be the thing that's bothering him, but wish him a speedy recovery.
Receives a big round of applause. Chance of there's only one Jack done from the crescendo way end. Fans from both sets of supporters joining together in applause for Jack Dunn. Of course, there will be an early substitution for Marine. It looks like Connor Evans is ready to take to the pitch. Yes, confirmation of that substitution. Connor Evans, on loan from Crewe Alexandra, scored his first goal for the club last Saturday. He'll be looking to add to his tally this afternoon in unfortunate circumstances. But we are back underway with a Sol Solomon corner. Ball into the box, it's punched away by Cracknell. It looked like he might be going all the way in from Dunn there. He's got it back, he's one-on-one with Welledgy. To the edge of the box to Weir. Charlie Doyle falls to Solomon. Oh, good defending in there from Goodert to block the effort from Solomon. Here's Charlie Doyle. Goes to the ground, wins the side a free kick. And another dangerous position for Marine. You would think it would be Sol Solomon once again. Weir's gone over to join him if the outswinging option is on. But given the last couple of deliveries from Solomon, you would imagine it would be the right-footed option. Spittle and Wardle remain in the penalty area. Charlie Doyle's in there too. Another threat from set pieces. Connor Evans is in there. And it will be Solomon to take. Have a good ball in towards the box. Claimed by Cracknell this time. Much more comfortable for the goalkeeper. Tries to get the game back underway quickly. Up towards Bramall. But it's dealt with at the back there by Sean Smith.
Started really well though, hasn't he, Sol Solomon? Got really good area again off his own corner. Had to be well blocked in the end by, I think it was Bailey Gooder. Sorry.
Long ball forward up towards Evans, headed away by Goodert. And now here's Plant. Looks to trick away from a couple, back onto his left foot and spreads it out wide to Jackson. The left back to Glynn. Glynn shifts it back onto his right foot and spreads it over to the opposite flank. Here's Watson. He's got a man ahead of him. It's Bramall. Back to Colville. Trying to shift it back onto his left foot. Here is Bramall again. Trying the 1-2 with Glynn. If he can get it back, he can't. It's his Colville. Shifts onto his left foot. Great save from Bailey Passon. I think it might have took a little deflection on the way through. But Passon was equal to it. Corner for Scarborough.
It's a really good save by Bailey Passon. He hasn't had too much to do in this opening half an hour for one reason or another, but a really good stop to keep the visitors out that time.
So the corner will be taken by Ryan Watson. A little bit of a delay, as I think there was a bit of confusion as to who would be taking it, but it will be the skipper. Sol Solomon, the only man that has stayed forward for Marine. Bramall has come short to make himself an option. But Watson ignores him, gets the ball into the box. It's met by Welledgy, and it's over the bar. Found himself in a little bit of space there, bit of a let-off. Someone who's got a few goals this season, he might be disappointed with that one, the right back. So just confirmation of the formation for Marine. Pretty much a straight swap. Dunn was playing maybe slightly behind Solomon, but Evans is lined up alongside Sol. Long ball forward up towards Weir. Over his head again. It's going to be a throw-in for Welledgy. Leaves it for Watson. Watson down the line, looking for Plant. Can't quite take it down. But it will be Scarborough throw-in once again. Left once more for Watson, taking control of every set-piece situation so far. Watson gets it back and shifts it infield to Glynn. Turns, good turn from Glynn. Back to Burton. Out wide now with Jackson. The left back plays a long ball forward looking for Colville. Colville flicks it onto a decent area, but no one had made the run, and Smith can pick it up for Marine. Doyle back to Lussey. Tries for first time ball forward up towards Evans. Barragan can pick up the second ball and charge down the right wing. Turns back onto his left foot. Midfield now to Lussey. Down the line to Charlie Doyle. Very well played from Marine here. Doyle just tried to do a bit too much of it. Loses possession to Burton. Can Clark step up and win the ball back? He puts the challenge in, wins his side a throw in. Up towards Evans, takes a slip on his way through. And it will be a goal kick. Watched out of play by Bailey Gooder.
Does really well there, Luke Clark. Just shields the man out, wins his side of throw and reacts quickly to it. I think Evans just a little bit lightweight on the challenge there, but Marine played pretty well in this opening half an hour.
So if you're just joining us, half an hour played, still goalless. The main talking point of the match, unfortunately, is that injury to Jack Dunn. Left the pitch in a knee brace. We wish him well. Connor Evans has taken his place on the pitch, and here is Evans now, looking to charge down the right wing. Just about keeps it in play. He's got Burton for company. Cuts back inside. There's a flailing arm from Burton. It's going to be a free kick for Marine.
I think he might have just caught the face of Evans there, Kieran Burton. Just think might just be a talking to by the referee though, nothing more.
Yeah, shouts for a yellow card, and I think he might be about to receive one. He has. First booking of the afternoon, and it goes the way of Kieran Burton. Centre back for Scarborough. It's been another defender that's been amongst the goals for the Sea Dogs. 5 for Burton this season, but he's got some defending to do here. Lucas Weir, the left-footed option from the right flank, is the man over the ball. Wardle and Spittle in there. Charlie Doyle as well. It's a decent ball in towards the centre. It's good defended in the end by Gooder. Only half cleared, and Barragan can pick it up. And here's Lussey back to the halfway line where Smith, safety first, back to Bailey passing. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper. It's headed away by Jackson. Lussey opts against taking it down, looks to just head it forward, but Burton can clear it. Lussey can't quite take it down on this occasion as the lights come on in the main stand at the Marine Travel Arena. Good clearance from Spittle at the other end of the pitch, and it will be a Scarborough throw-in just inside the Marine half, but with Ashley Jackson with the ball in hand. Could easily end up in the penalty area. Instead, he throws back to Gooder, centre back, and all the way over to the right back now with Waleji. In field for Bramall, who looks to turn, but it's a great challenge in there from Smith, and Charlie Doyle thinks about driving forward. Smith, good play into Solomon. Square ball to Weir, but Weir just misses out, and he's gonna get a yellow card for that. He's absolutely jumped on the back of Colville, and it's all kicked off now. Luke Clark's in there. Bailey Gooder in there as well, throwing his arms around.
I think there's absolutely no need that Bailey Gooder's got in there. There's a clear yellow card by Lucas Weir, and he's caused a bit of commotion in the middle of the park.
It all came from a bit of a loose pass from Solomon. Gave Weir a bit to do. As Colville was looking to drive away with possession. To be honest, he had 2 good hands on the shirt of Colville. It was the most clear yellow card you're ever going to see, and it just needed to be left at that. It's massive overreaction. And because of that, and I feel like we might have more than just 1 yellow card for Lucas Weir. We might have Bailey Gooder might consider himself lucky if he doesn't escape a booking here. Boy, he came charging in. The linesmen both on the pitch, giving the referee their opinion and trying to restore a bit of order. think a few of the coaching staff from both sets also ended up on the pitch. It was all something out of nothing, really.
Yeah, it was always going to be a yellow card for Lucas Weir, as you say, and I think all been grown out of proportion, but we'll see. The referees, officials, just having a chat. We'll see what cards they pull out. Usually
when you see a big commotion like that, it's because of a dangerous tackle or a late challenge, but that was...
Far from that.
It was far from that. It was a definite yellow card, but Josh Wardle going in now to talk with the officials, with captain for Marine, Joe Cracknell, present as well, the goalkeeper for Scarborough. Jordan Lussey going over to share his thoughts. Bailey Gooder starts to walk away from the officials, but I feel like he might be one of the players that he's spoken to here. I think after all that, it's just going to be a yellow card for Lucas Weir, which you do like to see. You don't want the referee throwing yellow cards about left, right and centre for a scuffle like that, but it's a clear yellow card for Weir. Get back on with it. So Lucas Weir joins Kieran Burton in the book. And I think Johnny Spittle might actually be joining them. He's never too far away if anything does kick off, to be fair, Johnny Spittle. It's always there or thereabouts.
Like you say, Luke, I don't want to see too many yellow cards brought out early in a cup game, but the referee's been given no choice here.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he has. But Johnny Spittle. Will there be any more, or can we get back on with the game now? He's still having a bit of a chat with a couple of the players. Solomon's in there as well, and I think we're going to get back underway now with a free kick for Ryan Watson.
I'd be very surprised if Gooder just getting away with this, but I think the linesman on that far side is issuing a yellow card to, is it manager Neil Young?
I think it is. Neil Young. Yep. So that's 4 yellow cards shown today. It's a yellow card, just to recap. 1 for Kieran Burton for an earlier challenge. 1 for Lucas Weir for the foul. 1 for Johnny Spittle for the way he charged in and aggravated the situation. And 1 for Neil Young on the touchline. That's 4 overall, 3 players and a manager.
You see why Neil Young's upset there, though. Both Marine players getting booked and not even talking to the visiting players. A little bit surprising.
It did seem very 50-50 once the commotion did kick off. I think a couple of their players are lucky to not receive a booking, but anyway, we're back underway. Evans looks to play it forward to Solomon. Can he control it? He taps it round Gooder. He's one-on-one now. He's got Will Edgy with him. He tries to play it back across goal, but no one was there. Evans might be able to pick it up now on the right wing. Tries to get the cross in. Blocked by Jackson. Corner for Marine.
It was excellent, won it from Sol Solomon. Drives past 2 players in red and just thought the angle was a bit too tight for the shot and opted for the pass. Fortunately for him, there's no one there, but still a good opportunity here from the corner.
Yeah, might have been better off just having a strike at goal. No one was level with him. Got another chance to get a ball in the box. It's Lucas Weir this time. In towards the centre, headed away by Glynn. Does it fall for Barrigan? It doesn't. Heslop can clear it. Clark centres to Lussey. Lussey tries to spread it wide for Spittle, but Watson can pick it up and clear away. Here's Bramall. Evading a couple of challenges. Smith jumps in a little bit, but Burton can come away now for the visitors. Here's Heslop. Good pace to this match now. Couple of fiery challenges. A bit of a commotion. Lussey wins it back for Marine. And here's Weir over on the right hand side now. Interesting to see him and Barrigan have swapped sides. Here's Clark. Tries to drive it forward towards Evans. It wasn't really on, but Barrigan can pick it up now, about 30 yards from goal. Back to Sean Smith and all the way back to Wardle. Square ball to Spittle. Marine enjoying the majority of the possession here this afternoon. Tries his long ball forward, Spittle up towards Evans, wins a flick on, but only to the goalkeeper, Joe Cracknell.
He's unlucky there, isn't he, Connor Evans? He does well to get the flick on. I don't think Solomon was there with him, but I think Marine have been lucky not to go a goal ahead. I've had the ball in the box a lot of the times, just not really getting a shot on goal.
But not the first time over the last couple of seasons. Marine are going toe-to-toe with higher league opposition and giving them a great game as the ball is slid through to Weir. Smith looks to pick it up in the centre, but in the end cleared away, and Spittle can deal with the danger. Heads back to Passant, back underway quickly with Wardle. Wardle's got a bit of space to drive into. Oh, looks for Smith, just about comes away with it. Wardle, here's Barragan now in the centre of the pitch. Tries a through ball to Smith, who had made an infield run, but not quite enough angle on it. Slides through to the goalkeeper.
I think the ball was fantastic from Barragan. I just don't think Sean Smith was fully aware he had a chance to get on a goal there and just stuttered his run. But Barragan, although he's playing that right midfield role, he's coming inside a lot of times and feeding the ball in behind, which he's good at.
Throw in about 10 to 15 yards inside the Marine half. Has gone Marine's way. I think Ashley Jackson was getting ready to go and pick the ball up, but it is a Marine throw in. Luke Clark covering it right back today in the absence of Josh Solomon Davis and Joe Ferguson. Good throw down the line, up towards Evans. Gets caught in a little bit of a tangle with Burton. Marine throw in the end. Here's Clark. Infield to Doyle. Clark again. Forward now to Solomon. Tries to flick it on for Evans. Burton just about does enough and manages to clear it away. Barragan can pick it up now. And now Lucian wide now with Sean Smith. He's got options to his left where Lucas Weir picks it up. Darts in field. Good feet from Weir. Back out wide to Smith. It's brilliant from Weir. Ball in from Smith. Evans. Oh, Burton heads away. Doyle picks it up now on the right wing. Back to goal. He's got Barragan for support. Can't quite get it through to him. And Bramall looks to charge forward. Down the Borough left. Runs out of room. It's a Marine throw in.
It's all Marine at the moment, Luke. I think the run there by Lucas Weir. He's got a lot of confidence in his ability now. Maybe not seen in early start of the season, but
Lucy tries to slide a ball forward for Connor Evans. Way too much on that one, and it runs out for a goal kick. As you say, though, Tom, Marine firmly on top in this first half, which we've played 42 and a half minutes, but there will be a good chunk of added time. Goal kick to be taken by Cracknell. Long ball forward. Cleared away by Sean Smith now. Not the best clearance from Gooder. Lucy can pick it up for the Mariners. There is Smith. Plenty of time. Plays it back to Passant. Just delays for clearance. Manages to get it forward in the end. Doyle flicks it on for Solomon. Away by Gooder. Lucy out wide to Weir. Can Weir slide it through to Solomon? He can. Back to Weir. Into the penalty area now. Can he have a shot? Tries his luck. Into the side netting. Good chance for Marine again. Fantastic from Lucas Weir.
Yeah, lovely little layup, won it by Sol Solomon and Weir. So much confidence, as I said, and got the shot off. I don't think he's ever going to score, but unlucky not to turn it on target.
About 90 seconds to go until the 45th minute mark. I think we will get about 5 or 6 minutes added on. Or maybe even longer. Here's Evans now. Back to Doyle. Can he slide it through to Weir? He can't quite. Solomon looks to pick up. A few challenges flying in here. We're at risk of it all kicking off again. There was a big challenge in there from Gooder on Solomon. Play has been halted. I'm not sure which way this one's going to go. I think Barragan might be about to pick up a booking. He did sort of jump on the back of Will Edgy at the end of all that.
I think there was an earlier challenge as well, and the referee had his back to it, so obviously didn't see it that the players weren't too happy about. Barragan let his feelings out with the challenge and does receive the yellow card.
We have played 45 minutes now. 8 minutes have been added on. So a long way to go in this first half due to that lengthy injury to Jack Dunn. Again, we hope he's okay. Did not look good. He seemed to be in a lot of pain. The main talking point of this first half. Certainly not been dull, Tom.
No, it's been for a lot of the action off, away from the football inside. We saw unfortunate Jack Dunn leaving the pitch, and you mentioned the commotion. But I think Marine have been on top and they've just not quite got the chance in front of goal that you'd hope Solomon will sooner rather than later, because I think we've been the better side.
Marine win what I think is a throw-in, although Solomon is down on the deck, so maybe it's going to be a free kick. It's gone Marine's way. I think it will be a throw-in to be taken by the right back, Luke Clark. He's got options down the line, including Charlie Doyle and Sol Solomon. Evans has made his way into the penalty area. It's a decent length on the throw. Evans looks to lay it off for Barragan. Cleared away by Plant. Over towards Bramall on the right wing. Shimmies away from Smith. Good run from Bramall, but Lucy across well to clear the danger. Here's Solomon. Can he take it down? He can. Back to Weir. Loose pass from Weir, picked up in the centre by Scarborough. Here's Glynn. Looking for options ahead of him, just hesitating on the ball. Out wide now with Jackson. Back to Colville, and then Jackson tries the ball forward on his right foot. And the less said about that one, the better from a Scarborough standpoint. It's going to be a throw-in to be taken by Luke Clark. We've played about 2.5 minutes of the added 8. And it is a minimum of 8. So, could be more. It's gone out of play for a throw-in for the visitors on that left-hand side. So it's going to be Ashley Jackson to take ownership. Good throw down the line from him. Headed away by Clark. Gained a few yards with this next throw-in.
I think Neil Young at half-time will just tell his players to calm down a little bit. He's already used one of his substitutes, and 3 other outfield players, all far from match fitness, so a lot of yellow cards going about.
Yep, 4 yellow cards in terms of the players today. The throw-in goes into the box, and the referee blows a whistle. It's a Marine free kick. Not sure who the foul was on, but danger averted as the referee's whistle calls an end to that to that throw-in. As I was saying, 4 players on the pitch have been booked, as well as manager Neil Young, James Barragan, Lucas Weir, Johnny Spittle have all got to watch their step in the second half now. Long ball forward up towards Solomon, headed away by Gooder. Been very solid at the back so far for Scarborough. Here's Smith with the throw-in into Weir. Back to Smith now. Weir again. Slides it down the line for Smith. Infield to Charlie Doyle. He's got a bit of room to run into. Runs into trouble, but back to Smith. Back onto his right foot. Can he spread it wide? Luke Clark's made a great run down the right-hand side. He picks him out in towards the centre now. Well, Edgy. Brave defending.
I think it's going to be a more additional time here. Fantastic header at the back, but Charlie Dill definitely caught the back of his head.
Yeah, we're going to have another stoppage in play. As Waleji headed it out. I think he will be okay. Just caught a knock from Charlie Doyle, who was coming in at the back post to try and head on target. Good defending from Kieran Waleji. Back to his feet now, the right back. Let's eat up a few more seconds. We've played just under 5 minutes of added time now. If you are just joining us, score is Marine 0, Scarborough Athletic 0. Main talking point of the match. Unfortunate suspected knee injury for Jack Dunn. Lengthy stoppage in play has caused us to have 8 additional minutes at the end of this first half. Long ball forward now from Cracknell. Gets us back underway. Spittle's first to it, and Weir can pick it up now. Back to Smith. Launches it forward. Up towards Evans if he can give chase, but the goalkeeper Cracknell off his line well. With the half-time soon approaching, Tom, what changes, if any, would you make in the second half, either stylistically or in terms of personnel?
I think Marine have done more than enough to go ahead and win this game in the second half. I wouldn't change too much, just watch the challenges. I know Barrigan, he likes to make it challenges, you know, he's already on a yellow card. Just make sure we have 11 men at the pitch by full time.
It's a good ball forward from Clark up towards Evans, but defended well by Bailey Goodett once again. And it runs out for a goal kick to be taken by Cracknell. Reminder of the bench once again. Mo Torre, Hayden Campbell, Germano Mendes and Callum Harris all waiting to come on. Connor Evans has already made his way onto the pitch due to that injury to Jack Dunn in the 26th minute. Out wide now with Ryan Watson on the right wing for Scarborough. Checks inside. Back to Waleji now. Centre ball to Glynn. Picked up by Bramall, but almost loses out. Waleji sweeps up and plays it back to his goalkeeper, Cracknell. Got a little bit of time to come out of his box and then play the long ball forward up towards Jackson. But Clark was across well to put him off, and it's out for a Marine throw-in. And it will be Clark to take. Just being moved back a few steps by the referee. About 30 seconds left of this first half. Throw to Colville. Barrigan puts the challenge in and it runs out for a throw-in. They tried to get us back underway quickly to Scarborough, but the referee's not happy with the positioning of the throw. Shifted.
Very consistent with that, the referee, making sure the throw-ins are exactly where they've been out. There's 3 times he's done that now.
Yep, as long as he's consistently doing it for both sides, then can't have any complaints. We have now played the 8 minutes of added time. I think if we even get this throw in, it will be the last action of the half. Jackson is ready to take it again. The man with the long throw launches it down the line. Over the head of Plant, but it's picked up by Colville. Down the left-hand side now, just runs out of room, and it will be a goal kick. And I think this goal kick will be the last action of the half, you would assume. 8.5 minutes played now of added time. And there is the referee's half-time whistle. A close game, although large portions of it dominated by Marine. The large talking point of the half, that injury to Jack Dunn, of course we wish him well. But as we head into half-time, it's Marine 0, Scarborough Athletic 0 in the Isuzu FA Trophy. Join us in 15 minutes for the second half. Good afternoon and welcome back to today's live coverage of the Isuzu FA Trophy, live from the Marine Travel Arena as Marine take on Scarborough Athletic. Goalless so far this afternoon at half-time. No major chances to report on for Marine. Jack Dunn had a decent effort blocked before his untimely injury in the 26th minute. We're hoping that one's not too bad. He did seem in a bit of pain. Scarborough, despite their Vanarama National League North status, have not looked a cut above Marine. Marine dominated large parts of the first half. Tom, what are your major thoughts of the first half?
I think Marine were probably just a better side, especially in the last 10 or 15 minutes of that first half. Getting a little ball in the Scarborough box, a lot of times of asking without having a real effort to trouble goalkeeper Joseph Cracknell, but I think Neil Young will be hoping for more of the same, with just a goal to reward that good play.
As we're just about ready to get back underway, Marine will attack the Crescendo Way end in this second half, leaving Scarborough the College Road end. As we're just about ready to get back on the way through Jordan Lucy, I'll just run through the Marine lineup. It's number 1, Bailey Passant, number 2, Luke Clark, number 3, Sean Smith, number 4, Jordan Lucy, number 5, Josh Wardle, number 6, Johnny Spittle, number 7, Lucas Weir, number 8, Charlie Doyle, number 14, Connor Evans, who's replaced Jack Dunn, number 10, Sol Solomon, and number 11, James Barrigan. For Scarborough, it's number 1, Joe Cracknell, number 2, Kieran Waleji, number 3, Ashley Jackson, number 6, Bailey Gooder, number 8, Ryan Watson, the captain, number 10, Kieran Glynn, number 11, Luca Colville, number 14, Brad Plant, number 15, Kieran Burton, number 18, Simon Heslip, and number 20, Daniel Bramall. Here is Smith for Marine, in field to Barrigan, who played for most of the first half on the right midfield position, but he's started to drift inside more. Ball down the line, looking for Solomon. Cleared away by Jackson. Doyle can pick it up for Marine again, and here's Solomon. Weir, turns on the ball but loses possession. Out wide now with Jackson, just about manages to poke it forward. Spittle cleans up well, back to Passant. Cleared away. Scarborough to come again. Lucy picks it up, lays it off for Bailey Passant. Good clearance. Up towards Solomon, but it's headed away by Waleji. Further on by Glynn. And the ball now with Josh Wardle. Sean Smith into Lucy. Now back to Wardle. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Bailey Passant. Largely untroubled in the first half. Did make one decent save from a Colville effort from the edge of the box. As Lucy does really well to spread it out wide to Sean Smith, who's got a little bit of space ahead of him to charge into. Infield now with Charlie Doyle. Back to Lucy. Good play from Smith to turn, and here's Weir. Can he get a ball across the box? He can't. It's blocked. Picked up in the centre by Barrigan. Picks up 25 yards from goal. Out wide now with Jordan Lucy to the left, and here's Lucas Weir. Very impressive in the first half was Weir. Lucy forward up towards Evans, can't quite turn. Cleared away. Out wide now with Bramall. Space to run into. Ahead of him on the left wing for Scarborough. Cuts inside. Very nicely done. Onto his right foot. Tries his look. Over the bar. He seems to be their brightest flash for me, Tom.
Yeah, definitely Dan Bramall. He showed glimpses in the first half and a bit more on that occasion. Skipped past the challenger Clark. Probably a little bit too easy, just shot wayward that time.
Just a reminder of a few of yellow cards in that first half. For Marine, Johnny Spittle, Lucas Weir and James Barrigan have all been shown a yellow card, plus for manager Neil Young. Whereas for the visitors, Kieran Burton is the only man with a caution. Here's Wardle now. Plays it back to Passant. Safety first, long ball forward. Up towards Solomon. It's headed away by Waleji. Can Evans flick it on towards Weir? Tried his luck from It's a speculative effort from about 25 yards out, over the bar in the end. Not the worst effort.
I think the way he's playing, Lucas Weir, not surprised he's gone for an effort like that. I think it's too far away in the end, but he's certainly got a shot of confidence in this match, certainly.
I think that's the key word there, Tom. Confidence. Maybe something that he lacked at the start of the season, was in and out of the team a little bit. But his last few weeks especially has been absolutely fantastic. His first half, a good summary for his performances in recent weeks. The throw in now deep in the Marine half for Scarborough will be taken by the left back Ashley Jackson. Man with hell of a throw on him. Looks like the penalty area will be flooded once again. Centre backs have made their way forward in Bailey Gooder, Kieran Burton towards the near post where Gooder will attack. It's away by Lussey, but only as far as Jackson, who tries to get the ball back into the box. Deflects off his own man Bramall. Bit of a mix-up between Bailey Passant and Lussey. Lussey thought that he needed to clear, but Passant maybe just needed to give him a shout, let him know he was coming to gather it. Results in another throw-in for the visitors. In towards the 6-yard box. On towards Burton. Luckily, he scuffed it from a Marine standpoint into the arms of Bailey Passant.
I think if any sort of clean connection by Burton there, and it easily have been 1-0 to Scarborough on that occasion. The long throw is causing a bit of trouble in the Marine box.
Charlie Doyle looks to take it down in the Scarborough half, and Weir slips and Borough can clear. Here's Colville looking to turn. Just a little bit of pushing and shoving with Josh Wardle. And the throw-in has gone Scarborough's way to the bemusement of a couple of the Marine players. None more so than Sean Smith.
I don't think you can quite believe it. Sean Smith clearly came off a red shirt and neither official knew which way to go. It's gone the way of Scarborough.
The ball forward from Scarborough man, but it's played forward again by Burton. Lussey can't take it down. Spittle comes across to slow down the attack for Scarborough. Out wide left now. Jackson shifts it back onto his right foot and all the way back now with Glynn. Glynn looks to poke it forward. I think it's Bramall on his left-hand side. Shifts it onto his right foot as a strike on goal into the grateful hands of Bailey Passant.
Starting to show some qualities, aren't they, Scarborough? The last couple of minutes or so. Just the end product there in the end. Easily gathered by Passant, but starting to get into this game.
Yep, not what manager Neil Young will have wanted to see. Scarborough starting the second half slightly on top after the Mariners probably edged the first half in terms of possession and quality of possession. It's going to be a throw in the Scarborough half now, down the Marine right for Luke Clark. Just looking for options ahead of him. He's got Barragan square of him. Spittle behind him if he chooses to play it safe, and he does. Back to Spittle. Tries to launch it forward towards Weir. Weir's missed out, but Evans will give chase over on the far side. Back to Waleji, who can clear. Wardle heads forward again. Charlie Doyle looks to scoop it forward towards Evans. Can Barragan take it down? He can, and Clark looks to volley it forward. Picked up in the centre there by Glynn. It's a great ball down the left for Bramall. He's going to want to get it back onto his right foot. He does eventually. They've closed the angle between them, Lussey and Clark. The referee waves play on after shouts of handball. Would have been a bit harsh. Here's Watson. Back to Waleji, and Waleji opts to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Joe Cracknell. Just a reminder that if scores are level at full time, we will go straight to penalties. No extra time in the FA Trophy. But here's Smith on the edge of his own penalty area. Under a little bit of pressure, plays it back to Passant, who can clear out towards Weir. can't quite keep it in. It's going to be a throw in down the Scarborough right for the visitors. It's going to be Ryan Watson to take. The away fans starting to find their voices as they try to scoop it forward down their right wing. Sean Smith with a last touch on that one. And it's going to be a Scarborough throw. Ashley Jackson, the left back, has come across to take it. So you would imagine this is only going into one area, and that's the penalty area. Away by Evans, only towards the edge of the box. Colville picks it up, back out wide now with Jackson. Looks to scoop it forward, cleared away by Wardle. Everyone back for Marine.
Yeah, can't get out of their own box. Can the Marine? Can't get a hold of the ball, but imagine this at the start of the game. It's going to be a tricky test against Scarborough.
Good ball from Glynn towards Bramall. Bailey Passett's come a long way off his line. Smith, safety first, heads away. Picked up by Jackson. Back to Watson now. Shifts it back onto his right foot. Gets the ball into the box. Might just fall for Plant. Scuffed it. Away by Clark. Welledgy loses out to Weir, but Welledgy will pick it up again now. The right back to the goalkeeper, Cracknell. Scarborough very much on top in this second half. Good atmosphere building at the Marine Travel Arena. A vocal crowd. Loose ball in the centre, picked up, I think, by Glynn. Strong challenge between him and Doyle, both men back to their feet quickly. Tried to slide it forward to Scarborough, but it's picked up by Wardle and Smith, and now Bailey passing. Under a bit of pressure, gets it out his feet and clears towards the right wing. Evans goes up for it, but it's beaten to it by Burton. And it'll be a Marine throw-in on about the halfway line.
I just think they've got to slow this down, Marine, a little bit. Just get hold of the ball that they did at the end of the first half.
Clark to get us back underway with the throw down the line, looking for Evans. A few yards gained with this next throw-in. Looks like we might soon be getting a change for Scarborough. A little bit of activity on the bench as Evans goes down and the ball runs out for a goal kick. To be taken by Joe Cracknell. Scarborough, the 6th team from Yorkshire that Marine have faced this season. 4 wins and a loss in the previous 5. So a good record against the Yorkshire sides, Marine. The latest, of course, being Liversedge last Saturday, that 5-0 win. Welledgy moves it forward into the penalty area, but passing gathers off his line quickly. So slowing things down before launching it wide to Sean Smith, who's got a bit of space. He's got Weir ahead of him. Into the Scarborough half now. Smith into the feet of Doyle, taken well. Tries to return it to him, falls on the edge of the box. Can he slide it through to Solomon? He can't quite. Evans was there as well. Through to the goalkeeper, Cracknell. Good distribution from the keeper up towards Bramall. Controls it brilliantly. Out wide now. I think it's Plant. Tries his luck. It was Colville in the end. Tries his luck on the left foot. Miles over the bar. And a problem now for Scarborough. It's Daniel Bramall that's gone down. Looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. Can't tell whether it's his hip, maybe. He was holding his shoulder as well.
Yeah, it's not the man they want down, Scarborough. Dan Bramall's, he's been excellent, hasn't he? The second half, really well there. Set up the chance again, but couldn't quite get on target from Luca Colville.
It's been a game overshadowed by a big injury in the first half to Jack Dunn. We've received word that, thankfully, it's not as bad as first feared, because there was a big scream from Dunn when he hit the deck. Looked to be in a lot of pain, but hopefully it's Not too bad. A few Marine subs out warming up now. Mo Torre, Hayden Campbell and Callum Harris back on the bench today. Mo Torre and Campbell both working their way back up to full fitness. Torre found minutes hard to come by this season. Struggled with a couple of injuries and fitness since rejoining the club in the summer. Hayden Campbell, Marines' top goal scorer this year. 10 goals for him. Most recently up at Morpeth. A spectacular effort from inside his own half in added time in the second half. Looks like we're just about ready to get back underway. Looks like we might have a substitution. It's number 20. It's Daniel Bramall that's come off.
Scarborough. Placing number 20, Daniel Bramall, is number 17, Darren Goff here.
So, as you say, Tom, not the man that they would want to be taking off. He's in their best player.
Yeah, I think Luke Clark will be happy to see the back of Bramwell though. He's fallen on his side in the second half, and it'll be a miss in this last half an hour for the visitors.
It's Spittle now trying to loft it forward down the right wing, cleared away by Burton. Picked up there by Glynn. Can Evans take it off him? No, he can't. Cleared away by Burton. Lussey picks up a loose ball in the centre and plays it safely back to Passant. Long clearance up towards Doyle, but it's headed away by Glynn. Picked up in the centre now with Weir, spreads it wide to Smith. He's got a little bit of pressure on him. Out wide again though with Weir, and here's Lussey. Down the line, looking for Solomon if he can keep it in. Shepherded out of play by Willedge. Not really seen him involved too much in this second half, Sol Solomon.
No, I think a lot of Marine players have gone quiet in this second half. That's just because we haven't got a hold of possession really. Maybe see the likes of Campbell, Torre enter the pitch in the second half.
Marine have stacked the midfield more than they usually would today, opting for a 4-4-2 away from their usual 4-3-3. It's Barragan, one of those four midfielders, picks it up, charges down the right. He's got Evans ahead of him. Can he get round Burton? He can't. It's good defending from Burton and cleared away in the end. Picked up by Clark though, into Doyle, returns it out wide to Clark. Just about keeps it in before hitting the fence on the side of a pitch. It's Barragan. Into Solomon, and he goes down. It's going to be a free kick about 25 yards from goal in a dangerous position.
Yeah, he uses his body really well, Denny Solomon, just to claim the foul, and I think he'll want to be taking this one in a good area.
Solomon and Lucas Weir, you would imagine the two favourites. Maybe this is more Weir territory, judging by the position of the ball. In my opinion, it definitely favours a left footer. Solomon. Got a good goal record, as we know. Scored 4 times in 9 games since joining Marine in a largely wide position. Of course, his goal record for Jersey Bulls, 60 goals in 71 games. Of a 20-year-old, fantastic goal record. And Barragan and Solomon are the men that have taken ownership of it. Solomon tries his luck. What? Oh. It looked like it was heading for that top corner, but it's claimed comfortably in the end by Joe Cracknell. Yeah, I think maybe on suited a left footer more. Good defending from Wardle to clear away. Barragan tries to help it on its way, but Glynn picks it up for the visitors. Out wide now with Watson. He's got Plant ahead of him, but he checks back and lofted ball forward from Heslop. Here's Solomon. Out wide now with Weir. Looks to play it forward if he can. Evans giving chase, as he always does. Goodert sweeps up, back to his goalkeeper. And the clearance is blocked by Evans and caused a little bit of panic along the back line momentarily. Marine pick it up again now. Here's Lussey, back to Spittle, just inside the Marine half, all the way back to Passant. Plays it forward quickly, taken down well by Solomon. And here's Weir now. I think Solomon knew he was offside, so he left it for Smith. Dealt with by Scarborough, who can now counter-attack down the right wing. Infield now. That's Glynn. Out wide with Heslop. in the centre of the pitch now, waiting for a run, headed away by Spittle. And Clark further away. Gooder looks to spread it wide for Watson. Back to Waleji. All the way back to Gooder. Spreads it to his centre-back partner Burton, takes it down well. Tries to play it forward, but Spittle can take ownership of that. Into Barragan, looks to sweep a ball out wide for Evans. Good ball out for him. He's got Doyle in attendance. Into Doyle. Can he charge down that right wing? He can. Can he get a ball in? He can't. Well, it's blocked out for a corner. Another chance to get Wardle and Spittle forward.
I think it's looked dangerous off set pieces when Solomon's put a good delivery. And I think Weir might be over this one, but a good delivery. And we saw Spittle last week putting his name on the score sheet from a set piece, and hopefully he'll do it again here.
He plays it short into Barragan, who's made the run. Changes the angle, ball into the box. It might just fall on the edge. No, it's cleared away. It's going to be a Marine throw-in. A few yards from the dugout. Clark launches it forward up towards Barragan, but it's nicked off him, and Scarborough come away with it now up towards Plant. Plant just about keeps it in front of a Scarborough dugout. Charges forward, looks to get it back onto his right foot. Good dribbling from Plant into the penalty area.
Well
Passing.
done.
Good strong goalkeeping. Fantastic goalkeeping there from Bailey Passon.
Okay, he's really alert there, passing. I wasn't too sure if he was thinking about going for the ball, but he made a decision early and did well for his team there. Did well there, Plant. Didn't even make his way forward, so he had to stop him.
Yeah, good footwork from Brad Plant as he charged into the Marine penalty area, but Passant was equal to him. Takes the goal kick wide left to Sean Smith. Just checks back to Wardle before continuing his run. Oh, Wardle just caught a little bit there. His clearance deflects off of Tier before running back to Passant. Passant rolls the ball out and can take it good 10-15 yards out of his penalty area, and even further now. No pressure on him at all. Very static ahead of him, in fact. A long ball forward in the end up towards Doyle. He does win the flick on into Evans. Back out to Doyle. And here's Clark now, the right back. Launches a diagonal in towards the box. Wasteful from Clark. Into the hands of Cracknell. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper. But that might just run through to his opposite number, Bailey Passant, and we're back where we started. Picks the ball up now. Passant urges his team for a bit of movement. About 65 minutes played, 3/4 of the game gone. Still we are goalless at the Marine Travel Arena in the Isuzu FA Trophy. A spot in the hat for the third round at stake. Of course, the National League sides come into the competition. The likes of Chesterfield and Wrexham and Notts County.
I think Hayden Campbell could be the man to try and change this game. Put somebody stripped and ready to replace someone here.
You wonder who that might be for. You would imagine he would like to keep Solomon on the pitch. Of course, Evans has been subbed on.
Might be a formation change, you think? Back to a more normal 4-3-3.
But first, a throw in towards the penalty area. It's not quite dealt with by Scarborough. The man's gone down. I'm not sure who it was in there. It's gone down. Might be Solomon. Shouts of penalty behind the goal. Nothing given.
Phone just seemed to go past everyone, didn't it? And was it Solomon who hit the deck? I'm not too sure in the end, but couldn't really see from our end.
Oh, a long ball forward from the goalkeeper's left at the last minute from Spittle. A little bit of a mix-up. caused a bit of confusion, but it does run through to passing in the end. Here's Smith. Back to Wardle. Launches it forward up towards Evans, but it's headed away. Barragan can volley it out wide if Clark can latch onto the end of it. He's giving him a little bit to do. Burton comes across to make sure, and it runs out for a Scarborough throw-in. And we are going to get that substitution. The number 7's gone up. It's Lucas Weir. Second change for Marine. Lucas Weir makes way for our top goal scorer, Hayden Campbell. Still working his way back up to fitness. You would imagine when he's fully fit, he does warrant a space in the starting lineup with his goal threat and his ability to link play. Can play in a number of positions as well as sort of false nine, if you like, and wide left. So what do you think Campbell can bring to this game, Tom?
Well, he can bring goals. As you said, he's a top goal scorer, and we've seen him pop up in positions that other players in the team might not, and I think that's what we need in this game, just someone in the right position at the right time.
And Luke Clark has absolutely halved Plant.
Well, if he wasn't on a yellow card earlier, I think he will be now.
Yep, he was one of the players at the forefront of the scuffle in the first half. Chance of off from the Scarborough fans might be a little bit wishful thinking. Yep, another clear booking for Luke Clark this time. Gets us up to 4 players and the manager. He joins Johnny Spittle, Lucas Weir, James Barragan, and of course Neil Young in the referee's book. I think we're going to have second change for Scarborough. It looks like Brad Plant is going to be the man to make way. Not quite sure who's coming on. They're having some issues with the scoreboard. We will update you when we can work it out.
Who's Thanks, man.
There we go. It is number 4, Lewis Maloney. 7 goals this season for the midfielder, so added goal threat. Joins Dom Tier as the second Scarborough sub on the pitch. Ball into the box. Just about dealt with by Bailey Passon. It's a free kick about 25 yards from goal. It was very far wide from the right-footed effort. It looked like it was just sneaking in at the near post, but dealt with in the end. Corner comes in. It's not quite dealt with, and it is in the end by Jordan Lussey. I think Clark's gone down in the 6-yard box.
He's not happy, Bailey Passon. I think thought he might have got clattered on when the ball came in, but nothing was given. I think it's going to be another corner for the visitors.
Looks like Clark will be okay, slowly making his way back to his feet. The last thing Marine need is another injury. Ball into the box once more, in towards the back post. Good decisive goalkeeping from Bailey Passon, punches it away ahead of Kieran Burton.
It's good that from Passon, though, wasn't it? Didn't quite get hold of the first one, but the second he made sure clear the danger.
Yeah, good strong decisive goalkeeping from Bailey Passon, but it does result in a throw-in, which is as good as a corner really for Ashley Jackson and Scarborough. Referee just delaying proceedings with a bit of a talking to Charlie Doyle. Into the box from Jackson in towards the near post, headed away by Lussey. Scarborough try and get it back into the box. Marine can't quite deal with it. Tier tries his luck with the overhead kick. Not enough power or direction on that one. Through to Bailey Passon. Just urges his players forward before throwing the ball out to Luke Clark. Fakes to launch it forward and plays it short instead to Spittle. Back to the goalkeeper, Bailey Passon. It's happened a few times where I thought maybe it's a bit unnecessary to play it back to the goalkeeper, but up towards Hayden Campbell. If you can flick it back into the box for the referees, linesman's flag is up. Solomon missed with the dink anyway. I think, was it Campbell that was offside of a ball through to Solomon? Regardless, it's free kick for Cracknell, the goalkeeper, on the edge of his penalty area. About a quarter of an hour plus added time to go. Still we are goalless at the Marine Travel Arena.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what the approaches are from both teams. If Marine will push forward and try and get that winner. I imagine that's the idea of Scarborough, bringing on the attacking players.
One more sub for Marine allowed. Motore, Callum Harris and Germano Mendes on the bench. Scarborough, main threat from the bench, you would say, is Michael Coulson, their top goal scorer with 10 goals this season. Throw down the line for Scarborough, eventually cleared away by Jordan Lussey. Up towards Solomon, if he can take it down, he can't, and Willeji deals with it for the Sea Dogs. There is Bailey passing out, rolls the ball out, and a long ball forward. Up towards Evans, but dealt with again by Burton. Here's Doyle. Barragan picks it up in towards Campbell. He turns well. Can he launch an attack down the right? He can't. Good challenge in there from Burton. I have to say he's been outstanding in this second half, Kieran Burton.
Yeah, he's not let any player in white have a free chance to turn and make some really good challenges. He's there again to shepherd the ball out for a goal kick.
The ball in the 6-yard box now with Cracknell, ready to get us back underway with the goal kick. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper up towards Tier, but it's headed away by Wardle. Out wide now with Watson. Looking ahead of him, looking for Colville, but it's misplaced and Wardle can deal with it. Out wide now with Barragan. Tries the long ball forward towards Campbell. Does well to put a bit of pressure on, and he does regain possession on that left wing. Campbell, he wants it back on his right foot. He's got options ahead of him, but he's nudged off the ball by Willeji. Good strong defending by the right back. Maloney cleared away by Gooder. Wardle wins the header. In the centre now with Lussey, if he can pick it up. Not quite. Colville's in there. And a couple of challenges have gone in. Charlie Doyle's gone down under the latest challenge from Colville.
Well, it seemed to be the player that's fouled Charlie Doyle was the one that was pushed into him. It's gone Marine's way.
Here's Smith looking to charge down the left wing. He's got Solomon ahead of him, but can't keep that one in.
Ladies and gentlemen, our attendance at the MTA this afternoon, 1,144, 4144.
Announcement of another fantastic attendance there for Marine, 1,144 this afternoon. Helped, of course, by a large away following from Scarborough Athletic. But to get another attendance of over 1,100, which is becoming a fairly regular figure for Marine, it's fantastic for the football club. Luke Clark ready to get us back underway with a latest throw-in just in front of a couple of Scarborough players where they're warming up on the side. Here's Clark now, launches down the line. He's got Evans up there. Header won again by Burton. And the ball out of play. I think the last touch was off Hayden Campbell, and it's out for another throw-in down the left for Scarborough. Ashley Jackson into Colville, just about nods it down for Plant. They've got a bit of space over on their right-hand side now, which they do exploit through Watson. Plays it back to Maloney now, looking to slide it into Colville, cleared away by Lussey. Solomon will give chase, but Willeji gets it back to the goalkeeper. Clears his lines up towards Jackson, and Clark goes down as well. Maybe just a bit of a coming together, but I think the free kick has gone the way of Scarborough.
I think he's just a tad clumsy there, Clark. He didn't really need to make the challenge. I think the ball was running out of play anyway, but is that also Jordan Lussey's hit the deck?
Just needs to be careful, Clark. He is on a yellow card. Don't need to be going down to 10 men. against higher league opposition. I think the referee is just going to have a word with Luke Clark just to remind him maybe that he is on a booking, and if there's any more, then there'll be no more from Clark this afternoon. And Jackson has stayed down, received a little bit of treatment, slowly back to his feet now. Free kick on the halfway line. I think it's going to be taken by Maloney. Jackson is just being reminded to stay off the pitch until the referee lets him back on, as he was receiving treatment. Maloney tries his luck from a very long way out. Bailey passing, has his blushes spared as he manages to get back onto his line and gather it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad idea, was it? Right, Maloney sort of passing away from his goal. Just not too much pace on it that he would have needed.
One ball forward up towards Evans, headed away by Burton. Campbell looking to make a nuisance of himself, away by Waleji. Doyle goes down now, but the ball is lofted forward up towards Evans, goes down under pressure from Burton, who clears away. Shouts for a free kick, nothing given. Spittle can clean it up and play it back to Passon, but the game is paused as another Scarborough man has gone down. This time it's Kieran Glynn, a man wearing the number 10.
It's been that sort of afternoon, hasn't it? Stop-start through one injury to the next, and what was it, 8 minutes added on in the first half. I think it could be something not too far off that in the second half.
I'd be very surprised if it's not at least another 5 or 6 added on at the end of the second half. And as it stands, into the final 10 minutes of regulation time, we will be going to penalties. Goalless here at the Marine Travel Arena. Best chance of the game perhaps falling to Jack Dunn for his injury. Got played through on goal by Sol Solomon, headed it down into his path onto his left foot, maybe took it a little bit too far wide and could only direct his shot at the goalkeeper, Joe Cracknell. Other than that, unless I'm forgetting something, Tom, not too many big chances to report on.
No, not for either team, really. I think Marine first half would say they were a little bit on top without troubling Cracknell too much, and the same for Scarborough in the second half without making Passon make too many saves. It's been one of those games, and I think penalties would probably be fair for both sides, really.
Do wonder at what point does that thought creak in to start playing for penalties for either side. Marine have just about managed to level proceedings in the second half somewhat, after maybe being second best for much of the second half. Another substitution has been made there for Marine. I think it was with number 2, Luke Clark. Confirmation of that one as Mo Torre makes his way onto the pitch, receives a warm round of applause from the Marine faithful. Luke Clark, afternoon is over. Maybe that yellow card to his name playing a part of that, as Lucy launches one in towards the penalty area. Falls for Torre, onto his left foot, tries up. Oh, what an introduction for Mo Torre! He's only been on the pitch for a matter of seconds. The ball falls to him on the edge of the penalty area, and what a hit from Torre. Marine lead. It's Marine 1, Scarborough Athletic 0.
Wow, what an introduction from Mo Torre. You couldn't have asked for any more of him. He set himself really composed, and what a finish.
First goal for Marine since rejoining in the summer. It's been a frustrating season for Motore. Lots of injuries, lots of struggles with fitness. But what a way to introduce yourself to the match. Full swim on the edge of the box, about 20 yards from goal, onto his left foot, top right corner. He couldn't have hit it much sweeter, Tom.
No, that's what he can bring in the Motore. It's what been missing in games this season. We've just got to hope he stays fit for a few games at least, because that's what he brings, that bit of quality.
Big moment for Torre, and a big game, a big moment in terms of this match. And as it stands, Marine are through to the third round of the FA Trophy. Ball in the centre of the pitch now with Burton as Scarborough go chasing an equaliser. Out wide now with Evans, tries to play it forward. I think the last touch came off a Marine man. It's going to be a throw in down the left for Ashley Jackson. Jackson now looking to launch another throw in into the penalty area. Headed away, headed up, but not away by Doyle. Wardle and then Solomon help it on the way. Sliced cross. And Smith looked to clear. The referee has blown his whistle. I think he's saying that the ball hit his back as the player took the shot on. So it's going to be a drop ball. It looked from my angle as though he'd sliced his effort, but the referee saying that it hadn't sliced it, it just struck him on the back. So possession regained for Borough, into the box, offside against Gooder. Evans is the latest player to go down.
It's outstanding defensive work by Connor Evans. Finds himself doing the dirty work. It was a brilliant header. I think it was Bailey Gooder on his back, the big centre half, and just got the flick on to steer it away from him.
We are into the final 5 minutes of regulation time, but there have been a fair few stoppages in the second half. I'd be surprised if there's not 5 or maybe 6 minutes added on, just on top of the 8 that we got in the first half. Bailey Passon ready to get us back underway with this free kick. Launched forward up towards Evans, flicks it on and Torre will give chase. Can he keep it in? He can, down by the corner flag. He's nicked off in by Burton. Good defending again, as he's done so many times this afternoon. And as he's cleared it away, it looks like he's played it off the pitch, but the throw-in has gone the way of Scarborough. Interesting decision. Throw down the line by Jackson, up towards Tier. Looks to flick it on. And they've gained a few yards with the throw-in. And I think someone's
one of the substitutes, isn't it?
It's been booked on the Marine bench. Has been booked for throwing the ball away. I think it might be Germano Mendes.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, me neither. And the goal threat from Michael Coulson is now on the pitch for Scarborough. Replaces number 11, Luca Colville. Another one that's been lively this afternoon for Scarborough. But now the Sea Dogs' top goal scorer is on the pitch. Free kick goes Marine's way as Solomon tries to come away with the ball. But he is felled inside his own half. It's been a very hectic end to the match. News of a correction of the substitution. Apparently, looks like Luca Colville is still on the pitch. We'll try and work it out as we go.
Yeah, Coulson on for Colville. There was Colville.
Jackson gets us back underway with the throw-in. And now Scarborough look to come away with it. Good challenge in the centre of the pitch from Wardle. Cleared up towards Torre. Gives chase, but now here's Waleji. Barragan puts in a challenge in. And here's Smith. Back out wide to Barragan. And here's Doyle. Back onto his right foot. Big switch of play over towards Evans. Now throw in for Scarborough. Try and get us back underway quickly through Jackson, but it's cleared away by Marine. All the way back to the Scarborough keeper, Cracknell. Hayden Campbell can pick it up in the centre of the pitch. Out wide now to Lussey, who's filling in a right back position. Into the hands of Cracknell. And with just a few minutes left to go, Tom, I'll ask you to start thinking about your man of the match for the afternoon. Is Solomon. Tries to loft the ball forward towards Torre. It's cleared away by Burton, but Campbell can flick it back towards Torre. Then Campbell goes down, a bit theatrically in the opinion of the referee. And here's Tier in the centre of the pitch for Scarborough. They look to attack now through Glynn. Challenge in from Campbell, but Glynn skips away. Looks to play it through the inside left channel. Tier is never going to grab onto the end of that, but prevents the goal kick. Or does he? No, it's gone out for a goal kick, sorry. 6 minutes have been added on at the end of the second half. A few shouts of disbelief from Marine fans, but I think it's about right. There's been a few stoppages in the second half.
I don't think there would have been moated if it was still 0-0. I think that's probably about the right decision. A couple injuries in the second half, but should have to battle it out for another 6.
Long ball forward from Passant up towards Evans. Now Coulson looks to strike it forward for Scarborough. Cleared away by Wardle, out for a throw in on the left hand side, which means Jackson can line up another throw into the feet of Tier. Poor control from here, and here's Campbell. Looks to poke it forward towards Torre. Not quite continued his run. Decent idea from Campbell, but Burton can take over and makes an absolute hash at his clearance. Out for a Marine throw-in.
You won't want to see that one back, will he? Burton, he's done well in the second half. Just made a mess of that one. Marine will just take the time and keep the ball in that corner flag.
Exactly where Marine want the ball to be, in that corner flag. Jordan Lussey making his way slowly forward to take it. He has got a long throw on him, but I doubt we'll be seeing it at this stage. Torre's made himself an option into the chest of Evans. If he can wriggle away from 2, runs out of room, and it's going to be a goal kick. Still got 2.5 minutes. Sorry, about 4 minutes left to go of added time. Might be a little bit early for holding it in the corner. As at the other end of the pitch, Wardle clears out for a throw-in on about the halfway line. Oh, Scarborough. It's going to be launched into the box once again by Jackson. Nope, short option to Maloney. Can Maloney return it to Jackson? He can. Launches it into the box now with his left boot. Tier is up first. Bailey Passant just about manages to gather it about the second or third time of asking.
I think in the end, just getting that ball under his stomach is what he needed. If it took one time or 3, I just hope he's okay here, Passant.
I believe Passant's just being reminded by the referee that he is keeping a note of all the stoppages in added time. Passant quickly back to his feet. And we're back underway with a drop ball. Passant now taking a little bit of time before clearing long up towards Solomon, if he can get there. Good. Well, Edgy takes it down, but only as far as Solomon. To Torre now, tries to slide it back through to Solomon. Away from Scarborough, from Watson. Taken down well by Spittle. just slipped at a vital moment. Colville came in, but they managed to bring it away in the end, Marine. And now Evans will give chase down the right wing. Takes out Burton, and it's going to be a free kick deep in the Scarborough half.
Did well on the recovery there. I don't think Johnny Spittle slipped with it, chested it down, but just enough to put the tackle in.
Out of play by Smith. It's a throw-in for Scarborough, taken quickly. Watson looks to loft it forward for the home side. Out of play for a goal kick. With about 2 minutes left of added time, Tom, I'll ask you, who is your man of the match?
Well, it's a bit of a tricky one today. I think a lot of the teams played well without any real standout. I think the two centre halves have done well. I'll probably edge it maybe Jordan Lussey's way. I think he's done excellent before he's got brought off at the end, but I think there's a few to choose from.
So Jordan Lussey, commentary man of the match. Long ball forward now from Cracknell, taken down is Colville. Out wide now with Watson. Looks to swing a ball into the box. Passant. Great goalkeeping once again from Bailey Passant.
I think he's got a great shout for man of the match as well. Passant, he's done excellent in the second half with some of his claims and really well.
I was just about to say he's been very decisive with a lot of his decisions that he's had to make. He's not had too many saves to make. Maybe that one in the first half. But on these crosses, he's largely been good. As Waleji looks to bring it forward now. Here's Watson. Back to Maloney. Lofts it forward towards Coulson. Spittle doesn't deal with it. It does at the second attempt. As Tier was coming in. Back into the centre now. Dealt with by Doyle and then Wardle. Falls for Jackson. Shouts of handball. A few of our players from the bench are on the pitch. We'll have to make the way back off. Shouts of handball as Jackson tried his luck, but I don't think there's anything in it. Lussey heads clear. Wardle heads clear. Goes down. Free kick, Marine. Wardle and Lussey between them, going to eat up a few more seconds. We have played 6 minutes of added time. There was 6 minutes added on. Surely the end is almost near for Marine.
Great defending there again, there wasn't it? By Marine. They've been outstanding at the back for 90 minutes. Limited Scarborough to very little chances, if any. I think they've just about deserved this 1-0 result.
So a free kick just inside the Marine penalty area for Passant. We've played 6.5 minutes of added time now. Long ball forward up towards Solomon. Can't quite get there. Has another look at his watch to Sean Taylor. Still, play will continue. Long ball forward from Cracknell. Barragan now can clear. Up towards Torre, if he can give chase. Runs through to Cracknell. And there is the referee's full-time whistle. An 84th minute winner from Mo Torre, just seconds after coming on. Wins it for Marine, sees them through to the third round of the Isuzu FA Trophy. Fantastic match between two evenly contested sides. And it ends Marine 1, Scarborough Athletic 0. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you for Tuesday night's match against Pilkington in the Liverpool Senior Cup.